you are not praying, you are tired, in fact some of you, you have forgotten God, then Jesus comes before the Father. Father, on behalf of that sister, I stand today. Remember, my blood is still speaking. Remember her prayers. Remember her offerings. Remember her fasting. Remember her sacrifices. Remember when she had an opportunity to compromise and she turned it down for your sake. Now, Father, on behalf of her, I ask that supernaturally you restore her. You just find out that all of a sudden you start feeling God. All of a sudden worship songs begin to rise inside. All of a sudden you start missing his presence. All of a sudden a hunger starts coming alive. You wonder where it is coming from. An intercessor is standing before God and is pleading your case, and heaven is responding to his prayer. So something is happening on the earth. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody. That's why David said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then he says, he restoreth my soul. He restores. Whenever it looks like the world is about to sweep you off, then Jesus stands as the intercessor. He says, Father, remember, it is for their sake I went through what I went through. Now remember her past prayers, remember his past offerings, remember her past faithfulness. Father, rise and restore that soul. He says, Simon, Simon, Satan desires to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed, I have interceded, I have stood in the gap. I don't know if I'm talking here. Bible says he ever liveth to make intercession for us. That is his job. But listen, his intercessory ministry will only be as effective as we allow him to intercede on our behalf by we sowing seeds of intercession. You can't just be a Christian and you don't pray. The only person you pray for is yourself. You don't pray for others. You only live to pray for yourself. You are not sowing no seed. He is your intercessor, and he expects you to be an intercessor for others. I don't know if I'm communicating at all. He intercedes to ensure when the devil is planning with wicked people against you, they have set themselves in battle array. You are even ignorant that there is such a plot going on. Jesus stands up at the throne. Father, it cannot happen. The testament says, therefore I stand as the defense for my son, for my brother, for my sister. Today, where they have gathered, let them scatter. You are sleeping in your house. Battle is going on your behalf. Your enemies are fighting one another. You don't know how it happened. The intercessor stood in his office to ensure that nothing planned against you, whether consciously or unconsciously, is carried out. You think you're alive today because you're smart? There is an intercessor. You think you saw 2010 because you're powerful? There is an intercessor. Even when you made mistake that should have cost your life, the intercessor said, no, I guaranteed in the testament that with long life shall I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Father, that cannot happen. And right at the throne, emissaries are released to intervene. Angels will descend and scatter the plot. Throughout 2010, I prophesy the intercessory ministry of Jesus will produce for your life. Will produce for your life. Will produce for your life. Lift your hand, shout fire. He lived to make intercessions for us. There are times we're not even aware of certain things we've done that is going to bounce back and hit us and injure us. But our intercessor, you know, our intercessor. And somebody says, well, why is it that sometimes things used to happen, bad things? It could have been worse if there was no intercessor. It could have been worse. You think you have lost a shoe? It's your leg they were coming for. But the intercessor said, no, you can't touch the leg, but you can take the shoe. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody here. The intercessor stands on your behalf. You think you have lost a car? It's not your car they were coming for. They were coming for your life. But Jesus said no, because Jesus knows that if a car is lost, you can buy another one. Oh my God, I prophesy, whatever you have lost last year, you will recover all this year. You will recover all this year. You will recover all this year. Lift your hand, shout power. lift your hand and shout, I have an intercessor at the throne of God. Shout amen to that. He ever liveth to make intercession for us. He is the captain of our salvation, and he is standing there to make us perfect. Ain't you excited about what Jesus is doing? What a loving Jesus. He not only died for you, he not only paid the price for your redemption, he not only went to the cross for you, he rose from the dead. He is, instead of resting in heaven, he opened up offices on your behalf. Then why do you think you should fail? You will never fail in life.